To wrestling fans and all, this is Hokeland 93. Hello there, everybody. No, it's late, 3 days late, but my man of my word said that I would do a review for the second impact of 2013, and that's what I'm about to do. So let's start this thing, shall we? After a recap video of showing what happened on the last impact, we open up with a segment featuring Sting, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Then in the ring, and Sting and Samoa Joe put Ace and Eights on notice as if they haven't already. But Kringle decides to take a different approach when it's his turn to rock the mic, so to speak. He wants to expose Mr. Anderson, who was standing ringside doing absolutely nothing while Sting and Joe were fighting off Ace and Ace, and while Kringle was bleeding, in the middle of the ring. Because Kurt Angle wants to know where Mr. Anderson stands, and Mr. Anderson comes out to Kurt Angle's, you know, request. And Mr. Anderson looking, Mr. Down on his luck days, comes out and he expresses his anger. How, where were you guys when I was getting my teeth kicked in? And his problem with Sting is that after Anderson got his teeth kicked in and got his ass whooped by the Ace and Ace, how Sting just replaced him with Bully Ray. If I recall, I believe they said that Mr. Anderson was in no shape to compete for Bound for Glory, but that's just the typical stuff, what you get from an asshole. Amazing Kurt Angle, he says, you're either with us or we're gonna fight. Mr. Anderson gets in the ring and declines Kurt Angle because he does typical. I don't have to answer to you. And matter of fact, I never did like you. Kurt Angle basically just responds, the feeling's mutual, and he cleans Anderson clock. And Anderson, like the scolded dog that he was, leaves the ring. Well, and it was set up to a match between Anderson and Kurt Angle later in the night. We head backstage to see Brooke arrive into the Impact Zone. I always liked how now that Brooke, when asked by the camera guy, how she actually says, well, we're gonna spill, our personal feelings, to the public. Find that always find that pretty humorous, because basically in wrestling it's always funny how when they're telling a secret, how they act as if the camera's not on, and then there are times where, well, most of you see it in WWE, but you get the point. We head back to the ring for the X Division tournament, the X Division number one contender tournament. And the participants are Zima Ion, former X Division champion, versus Kenny King. This match was fast paced. Got the crowd going, had high spots. Some flashy kicks from Kenny King and I believe Zima Ion. But it will all come to an end when Zima Ion missed his 450 splash and a royal flush. Bam! In the middle of the ring, Kenny King advances to face Christian York. The winner of that, they will face off at Genesis, and the winner of that match will, I believe, go on to face RVD on the same night. So kind of having a King of the Ring feeling. We had backstage when we see Robbie E and Robbie T. I'm going to keep my personal feelings of Robbie E. I'm going to keep those on the back burner. But we see the camera angle. We can see that he's talking to someone, but we can't see who. And then both me and my brother were watching, and once he said, "Would you be my tag team partner for the mixed tag match, bro?" We both said, "Look at this idiot. He's referring to a female as a bro. Look at this dumb Jersey Shore idiot." And we find out that it's Tessmacher, and Tessmacher wants nothing to do, doesn't want anything to do with this fool, and would rather team up with Robbie T because he's a winner. So the segment kind of leaves off. We don't know for sure Tessmacher, but later on we find out that it will be Robbie T instead of Robbie E teaming up with Tessmacher. And then we are introduced to the well, wait, no, I forgot. We see Joseph Parks arriving to the impact zone. This Joseph Park story, been going on for almost half a year now. It came to like May. So it's been going on now. He's trying to get into wrestling. We already know that, he's already a wrestler. He's a bitch. But this guy's talking to the camera, and then this guy, the bumbling fool as he is, collides into the door. Just humorous stuff from Joseph Park. I actually find anytime he's on camera to always a thrill. It's never really something over the top. It's just good comedy in my opinion. Nothing over the top. Nothing forced. Chris Sparks plays the role very well. But let's move on. Head back to the ring for that mixed tag team match, which featured the Knockout champion Tara and her boy toy Jesse versus Tessmacher and Robbie T. And this match was basically a cakewalk for the latter team. I mean, Tessmacher got in, dominated Tara so much for Tara looking like a champion, and then Robbie T gets in and he just mows right through Jesse, power bombs the hell out of this guy, and gets the 1, 2, 3 easy win for Tessmacher and Robbie T. And it seems to me that I don't know, I could be wrong, but it seems to me we may be seeing the falling out between Robbie T and Robbie E. It seems like Robbie E is getting jealous of Robbie T. Maybe you never know. Then we find out throughout the show, throughout the show, we was introduced to the gut check participants, and this time they said they would do a new format, which would be both gut check participants would face each other. And me and my brother Chris, we felt that that'd be a better procedure, a better take, because it seems more fair. Because the odds of a rookie beating a veteran for their first match is very slim. But if you put two, on the same level, it's 50-50 chance. You don't know really what's going to happen. And we're introduced to Jay Bradley and Brian Cage. Jay Bradley, from Chicago, Illinois, and I believe Brian Cage was from California. I could be wrong. I believe he's from California, but I could be wrong. And they have their match, and it was an okay match. When I looked at Jay Bradley to see his offense, came off very Bradshaw like, that for a guy who's from Chicago, Illinois. But we heard thanks to Taz and stuff, we heard that he actually went to Japan and trained over there. So you can see where the stiff arsenal and stiff moveset and came from. And Brian Cage, you know he's kind of pretty of a hybrid, because his physique, I thought he was be all power, but he showed some nice athleticism, especially in high risk maneuvers on the top rope. But it would be Jay Bradley to pick up the win with a ladder, which he called the boomstick, channeling Stan Hansen and John Bradshaw Layfield. So Jay Bradley wins his match, but we don't know for sure. We got to wait till next week to see if who's going to get picked. And be crazy that the winner is not the one to get picked. That Brother Love and Taz, and we still don't even know where Al Snow is. I don't even know if they're still going with that angle where Al Snow was at that time. But we gotta see next week who will get picked. And then we go to where Ace and Ace, where they hang out with their girls and all that stuff, and they have their meeting after Anderson basically um, brings down the mood to a serious tone, a serious mood, brings all seriousness because he got to go against the cyborg himself, Kurt Angle. And basically, we found out that Mike Knox, who was revealed last week, will get the same chance Doc did to prove himself and earn his way back into the club. Wow, because Mike Knox will go against Sting later on tonight. Then in the in-ring segment, we find out, we go back to the ring, and it's Joseph Park calling for Hulk Hogan. And he asks Hogan for a request, and, and it's to have just that match that Joseph Park's been looking for all along. Another match with an Ace and 8 member, and Hogan, just tired of, just out of irritated, it just gives Joseph Park the match. Just gives it to him. But then when it seemed like the segment's over and Joseph Pargley's Hulk Hogan is still in the ring and he's stopped by his own flesh and blood, his own daughter. His own daughter? And she tells him to stop right there because she's going to head to the ring, go to commercial, comes back. Now, I stepped out. I asked my brother what basically happened at Center. Once I came back, it was over. Basically, the only thing happened that she wanted from, her dad to reinstate Bully Ray, who was suspended, at the end last week. But Hogan refuses. He doesn't heed, you know, his own daughter's request. And then we go backstage, and Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, these two guys, two heels, got great chemistry. Sometimes that happens. Two heels got great chemistry. You see them, you know, you know, going across the hall, backstage hallway, to head up the ramp before that match, and just some classed up. Like when you wear my shirt, I'm not gonna wear your shirt.